The market crash is now as bad as 2008. I've been doing investing for 1 year now, and it's pretty interesting that I got into investing almost exactly as the time a crash was coming along. Now, I've heard stories of this before from people who got into investing back in 2007, and then they mentioned how, a few months later, the market completely crashes and they lose almost all of their money. Now, if you go back to 2008 and look at the charts from 2008, you'll see that, especially in something as reasonably safe as the S&P 500, it took pretty much about 3 years for all the losses that were incurred during 2008 to be recuperated. And we are pretty much at that same point now. The markets have dipped so far that it's pretty much going to take at least 2 years for anyone like me who invested last year to even just recoup back to zero. So we're not going to be making any gains. Now, this is very significant because the last time this happened, it changed the world forever. When the 2008 financial crash happened, it was so significant, but also so under the radar that most people didn't really notice it other than it being headlines in the news. But after 2008, the economic landscape changed completely. And 2008 really marked a turning point from people believing in the system and believing that if they just work hard, they can get where they need to go. 2008 changed us from that mentality, which is stupid and retarded, to the mentality we all have today, which is that the whole system's rigged and there's no point. After 2008, you had Occupy Wall Street. Obviously, that was a bunch of smelly millennials who couldn't figure out their arse from their ear. But the point being, that was significant enough to trigger a very significant change in the world, in the entire human population worldwide. And so this is going to do the exact same thing. But however, I think this is going to be a positive change. Now, one could say that's cope because I got in around about here and all my money is now here. However, if you just look at where the world is at the moment, the entire world is on a cliff's edge. This can very easily just push the world over. We saw what 2008 did for the world. This is going to push it over. And so that's why I'm not even that worried. I'm not even that worried about losing all of this because who fucking cares? This is evidently the end now. It's Joever, guys. It's Joever. All the investment picks you made, unless they were, radical picks like Bitcoin or something, and even then Bitcoin could completely crash to zero. I'm very skeptical about Bitcoin. But anything on the traditional markets that anybody has, forget it now. It's a complete waste of fucking time. I'm not going to sell unless I get to about 70, 72 on Vusa and similar ones that I own. Unless I get down to about negative 20%, I'm not going to sell. But this is pretty much the end now, and that's fine by me, because what's coming after this is going to have to be something revolutionary. This is why I've stopped making investing videos. That's why North FC investing is no longer the investing side of it, because there's nothing to fucking talk about other than this. What am I going to do? Oh, buy some stocks. Yeah, and then they'll just crash about 30% more. So there's no fucking point anymore. Now we're all basically hunkering down for the storm. The storm has very clearly shown that it's here and it's ready to fuck humanity up. And you know what? I'm glad it's here, and I'm glad humanity's going to get fucked up, because it's time that all this Vanguard BlackRock shit got put to bed. It's time that we got back all of our taxes that were stolen from the government, and that will happen eventually. It's about time that all the paedophiles of the world got arrested, that all the governments of the world collapsed. It's about time that we have a hard reset. And I believe there's going to be two types of reset, and that the world is going to split in two. There's going to be the positive timeline and the negative timeline. On the negative timeline, you've got the World Economic Forum's global reset, the fourth industrial revolution. And what they're going to try and do on that is they're going to try and sell you AI. and they're going to try and sell you brain chips and say, oh, don't you want a brain chip? Oh, it's going to be so amazing to have a brain chip in you. And if you go down that road, you will become a Cyberman. You will become the Cybermen from Doctor Who. I mean, we've literally been fed media about what this stuff is for the past, half a century. And some people out there still think it's cool. So if you want to be a Cyberman, go ahead. It'll be your loss, really. But on the positive timeline, I think what's going to happen is this entire bullshit monetary system is going to get replaced. It's going to get replaced by something based and aligned with God. So don't worry about the markets. Don't worry about it crashing. Don't buy anything else now. And unsubscribe from all your financial YouTubers because they're all just retarded and don't really know what they're doing. You'll get all this clickbait now. The markets are crashing. Everything's gone. I've lost everything. Just throw them all in the bin. All these finance YouTubers, they haven't got a soul. I'm sorry, they fucking haven't. I seem to be the only finance YouTuber on the YouTube who actually has a soul. I swear all of them are like fucking AI droids. They're all George Droid. Who fucking cares about the markets anymore? Sit back, relax, have a wank, and watch everything fall apart. Simple as.